Scratching.
Well, that's what women call
sniff.
themselves when they're doing their thing.
Now you just got a pocket Pellegrino now? You just
Plot twist.
What if the pocket pussy was the friends we made along the way?
Huh?
Isn't that kind of how life
I'm
works?
definitely.
That's all
Salute.
right.
And I spilled it myself.
Haha.
Oh, yeah.
You're like one of those chicks that thinks you can drink laying down and then you always end up spilling shit. I'm just like, bitch, you know you can't drink sitting down. Sit the fuck up.
No.
Take your shot.
I'm in here like this.
Oh, Lord.
This is how we're starting this. Still with the Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the podcast where we pull back the curtain, give you some insight on what goes on behind the scenes at your favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call that the industry perspective. And I would like to say, coming off that last episode, welcome to our longtime listeners. And if you're first-time listener, appreciate you having here. And for those that are just now really catching on and tuning in and wanting to invest based off of the individuals we've had on here, I just got to say one thing.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Wait.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I like it.
Huzzah. Bitches.
All right.
That's how we started
Coming
today.
in
I'm
hot.
just saying, man.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm riding that wave still. That was fucking incredible.
It was.
Shout out to the one and only Deborah Wilson.
Deborah.
Big D Dubs.
BD
Big D
Dubs.
Dubs was in the house. We
Yeah.
appreciate you so much.
That was a magical
yeah, that was-
episode.
That was
yeah.
incredible.
It was also hard to describe to people.
Yeah.
Like we all went back to work after that.
Yeah.
And like we all had.
People
a
were like,
shift
how
to do.
was it? I'm like,
And I just,
I
I
was-
don't know.
It
Don't know
was
how to
that.
say it.
I got
Yeah.
sick.
Couldn't
If you
handle all
can't
of it.
tell from,
Couldn't handle all of it. It was too much for him.
bro, it was. My
Yeah.
immune system was like, we don't know how to react to this. What the fuck?
All right. Well, you better get yourself healthy before you do
Get
that
your
live
shit
stream with
together.
her.
Yeah.
She's
Oh, I
gonna say
will.
she's coming back.
I'm going to flush out my system.
All right. Well, get
Oh.
that scheduled.
Well,
Maybe
well-
it might be done by the time.
No!
Not the light.
Not the fucking
How
light.
dare you? Can you go just tap it a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost the light. Oh. We lost the light.
Yeah. There you
yeah.
go.
That's
why we all had to go to work after the episode. 'Cause we don't have enough
the lights
money.
went out. We got to pay the bills.
Yo, we gotta pay them bills.
Got to pay the
Pay the
bills.
motherfucking bill.
Yeah,
The thing
that's
that was missing was that beep beep.
yeah. That
Oh,
shit was
shit.
that shit was cool, man. It was really hard to tell people what it was because we were a guest on our own show, and not in a
Yeah,
bad way.
not
Not
in
at
a
Not in
all.
a bad way.
No.
It was just so
Enlightening.
enlightening, and we were just there for the journey because she had a lot to say, but then it was also not. It was a lot,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
in the best way possible because we were all so locked in and focused on what she was saying.
Yeah.
And it was just like she could go on forever, and I think all of us would be okay with that. And it was great that she was able to say what she said, and then was like, "All right,
Yeah.
now you guys." It was great. It was fucking amazing. I loved it.
It was
She
like having one of those, like for industry wise, one of those bartenders or servers that been in the game a long time and they got a lot of stories for you.
Yeah.
And you're just hanging out with them after work or on an off day, and they're just like, "Oh, I did this, I did that, and learned this," and it was really cool because being in this industry a long time, you meet certain people like that. One of those people, even though I don't know him well, was I forgot. I think his name was Mike, one of the chefs, or Will.
Will.
Will,
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
we had
Yeah.
the chefs on from Redacted like a while back, and just those types of people who can just tell you a story, just break it down, and teach you like how to do your job, but also
Yeah.
how to work on yourself at the same time is really cool.
Well, that's the thing is like, I mean, her thing, and I feel like Will's thing too, is just talking about how it's not about the job. It's just bringing yourself to whatever you're doing, including the job, and you kind of like shine through that.
Yeah.
And that's like the type of stuff you hear people talk about, but until you hear someone talk about it from having actually been through it and gotten there. It's just amazing, and like so many jewels, I think, just kind of like fell out of like the stories that they have and the experiences they have. Yeah, it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. And even with, Deborah not drinking, I remember saying like one of the best bartenders I worked with back in the day, when I was first learning how to do it correctly, they didn't drink anymore either. And it's also like really cool to talk to someone who doesn't need alcohol. I do. Well, not needed, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people can just go through life and they don't need any lubrication, but I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You can't raw dog life.
Yeah. Nah, I can't.
Oh.
I tried.
Pause.
Play.
Yeah.
No, the coolest shit for me was the
I'm gonna
validation
get the thing.
that she bestowed upon me, and I'm assuming all of us, by saying that if the cocktail is good, you won't taste the alcohol.
Goddamn right.
If the cocktail is good, you don't taste the alcohol.
The point of cocktails is to enhance and somewhat mask the pure liquor taste. And so, yeah.
Cocktails are supposed to be balanced.
Yeah.
Yep.
Period.
And as a non-drinker, she knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just us saying it.
Yeah.
What we mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get started on our stuff this
Yeah,
week.
no, I was just thinking about that because I'm sure she had like a lot of experiences of being, around the industry for so long, just being in clubs, being in bars.
Yeah.
And just nowadays, it's not the fucking same.
No, it's not. Man.
It's
Yeah.
not.
It's
Yeah.
not.
It's not.
And honestly, that's kind of why I got into bartending the way I did.
Right.
Because I didn't like the way the club scene was starting to shift.
Right.
Everything became about buying a bottle back then.
Bottle service.
And now it's like, if you don't buy a bottle, they won't even let you in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the bottle prices are insane.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
paying your rent in some instances
Yeah.
just for one bottle of liquor.
For a $60 bottle of Casamigos.
Casamigos.
Casamigos. You are actually paying your rent for the month.
Somebody's rent getting paid.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting. No, that shit is 100% true, especially with this past weekend. Man, with all the shit that went on, there was too much going on, and everybody kind of just went to the one spot, which was the big clubs or whatever. Because we had this event on Friday, which was supposed to be popping, and then I was chatting with the door person. I was like, "Yo, like, where's all your friends? Where's all your peoples?" And she was like, "I don't know." Like, she's like, "I've been feeling this way about this party for a while. Like, we have this other one that's going on." She showed me the fucking line was like long as fuck around the block.
Oh, shit.
And this was at 11-ish, maybe 11, close to 11:30, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. And it was like almost a 2-hour wait just to get in from like there. It's like, so you guys want to wait in that line for 2 hours, which means you're gonna get in there about 1 o'clock, which really means you're gonna be waiting in line for a drink for another 15 minutes. So you're really only
you're
gonna
lucky.
have
you're
20
lucky.
minutes to really party, because by the time you get to that line at the club, you're probably buzzed, probably a little drunk. You're gonna sober up by the time you get to the front of that line, and it's gonna cost you maybe $50-$60 because they're at capacity. So they're gonna charge you up the ass to discourage you from going. Why do you want to go? Go to the other places that aren't packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it was Saturday as well. Like, Saturday wasn't super busy in my place, even though it was supposed to be. Other things were happening because you had the Yankees in town. You had football games. You had USC. You had
USC.
Lakers. You
Lakers
had
are opening
concerts
season.
too. Like, there was a lot going on in LA. And I know people in Hollywood and West Hollywood were raking in bank for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I know for a fact they were rolling in filthy amounts of money. So happy for you guys, you
For
lucky
them, for
bastards.
sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But god damn, dude, that club culture shit absolutely is dying out, because you do need to like buy a bottle, or even, because she showed me a video too where it was like, oh, $100 skips the line for you too. So you're paying all this extra money to do that. And if you put it out there, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but people are gonna fucking do it because they want to get in there, and you had to pay all this money just to have some fraction of a good time. And yeah, that's why the club scene is dying
Well, the thing is also like, is the club even fun really anymore? Because it's
No.
everybody's kind of in their sections
Yeah.
looking for people to pull into their section. The music could be popping, but everyone's just kind of standing around
Yeah.
waiting for the next bottle to come, or like to
Yeah.
try to like call someone over into their section.
Well, I mean, people don't even dance anymore.
No
No.
one's dancing.
No,
Like, I mean,
nobody
yeah.
dance.
When you see those panoramas where people are like, the room is full, you just see a bunch of people just standing around holding
Oh
a
my
drink,
God.
maybe
Yeah.
talking to each other.
Yeah.
But it'd be a dance floor full of people trying to have a conversation over
Yeah.
music.
There was
Yeah.
this couple because we had costume parties this weekend.
Yeah.
There was this couple and the dude was carrying like a fucking like one of those little tripods that had the lights and shit on there to take videos of his girl and shit. And then people are coming with these big fucking like not floodlights, but these lights, these camera lights that mount on the phone or mount on a thing that mounts on the phone. It's like, oh, you guys are just there to say you went out. You're not there to have a good time.
Yeah.
You're just there.
You want to be seen.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
really fucking crazy. It's so performative.
Everyone thinks they're making content, and I know that sounds ironic with us being on a podcast, but like this is actual content,
Right.
You know? Not taking a bunch of. We don't take all of these lights and then just go sit there or
Yeah.
to shoot like 40 photos of ourselves.
We don't
but you
pretend to
only post
bartend.
2.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, like content is content. You know, you just taking a photo of yourself. What happened to candid photos? What happened to group photos? But you know, just someone just takes them as you're out. Just one quick photo.
Everything's-
Why you have to look studio ready all the time? Because you're not gonna look like that in the morning. Like,
Everything's
let's be real.
performative. And you can't
Yeah.
even say like, well, you're in LA. Nah, dude, this is everywhere. This is
Everywhere.
everywhere. This
Yeah.
is not an LA
Everywhere.
thing. This is just the culture, the state of the internet, the state of the society that we're in now. It's just performative.
Yeah.
Nobody is out to have a good time. They just want everybody else
To think they're having a good time. Yeah.
that don't live in these spaces or go out in these spaces
Yeah.
as the people that are putting that content out.
Yeah.
But you spending your rent so that
All
you
of
could
that
look like
shit's
you're having a good time. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
I just don't understand the desire to want to be where everyone else is
Yeah.
and spend an insane amount of money hoping to be noticed. Go to a place that has less people in it. Your money goes longer and everyone will notice you.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one there spending any money.
Right.
You know, and then that can become one of your places. That's where like drinking and, you know, going out and, you know, patronizing these places, that's what it was about. It was finding a good place or trying something new and going out and enjoying yourself, not just going out to stand around and look at your phone, take a couple photos and videos and post them and then complain about the service or something
Yeah.
else, you know, because then with you bringing that energy in, the people working there, they're not having a good time either. Because
Yeah.
you just paid all this money to come stand around, so we're not making any money.
Yeah.
And the people who are still standing in line, who don't want to come in just to be seen, maybe they do want to dance.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to buy a bottle, so they don't get in.
Right.
It's
Because those are the people that came to have a real good time.
Exactly.
Like not like a performative good time,
Yeah,
but like
they know.
they're gate kept basically from coming in to have a legit good time that would make that party actually feel like a party. But those are the ones that are like kind of stuck outside because
yeah,
everybody else is buying the sections up and whatnot. I had at Redacted, I was serving. I was on the floor this week, so I was
shit.
it's kind of crazy. I was
Damn.
running wild. I was
in the shit.
I was in the shit. I wasn't behind the bar, baby. I was just like running free
You
with
out
it.
there raw, no protection.
No protection. Just raw dogging the floor.
Pause.
As you do.
Resume. Bitch. No, yeah, and it was like a group of ladies, like they kind of, you know, they were in a booth, there's about 5 of them, and they clearly were dressed up for Halloween. A couple of them were dressed as Hooter girls, and it's like typical. Cool, got it. And they just kind of had a stank attitude from like the minute I walked up to them, and I was like, yo, y'all outside. Like y'all came outside to be outside. You're outside now. Why do y'all got these like kind of stank attitudes? I was like, hey, welcome to Redacted. I'll be, you know, Rob, I'll be taking care of y'all tonight. Okay. And I was like, do y'all want any drink? No, we just want water. I was like, okay.
Oh,
all right.
so you're broke.
I didn't say that. I was like, maybe, you know, they have a
they
long
said
night ahead, and then they got a bunch of appetizers, and I just it just didn't look like they were legitimately here to have a good time, but they I could tell from like them taking pictures of each other, taking pictures of the food and all that, that they wanted people to know that they're out to have a good time. And then one of them finally, like 40 minutes in, was like, you know what? I'm about to fuck it up. Let's get a round of shots. And I'm just like, all right, bitch. Like, okay, cool. All right, cool. Like,
it up then.
like
Let's go.
yeah,
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, like let's go. But like, I could tell that they broke because because they were just like, well, what do you have? And well, it's a bar, so we have a lot of tequila.
Tell me
And
what you want.
Yeah, do you want Blanco, Reposado, or Añejo? Didn't even know what Añejo was. Cool. Let's stick it to Reposado. All right. Sweet. Casamigos. Of course. Cool. Well, no. First thing they asked was like, how much was something? And I was like, oh, it's gonna be like about 15.
Too much for you.
No, it was definitely like, oh, that's like, I think it was like $15-$16. And they're like, oh my God, $15-$16.
Oh,
What did you
my
expect?
God.
And I was just like, I am so sorry. Like I wasn't even trying to play them at this point. I was just like, for real, like that's really like our bottom, what we got. You know what I
I'm
mean?
broke, and even I know that's not a lot.
Yeah, it's just like, that's just downtown LA prices.
Well, they're really broke.
Yeah, and I think I finally convinced them to go with it wasn't Casamigos, because the Casamigos was definitely out of their range, and I think they went with El Jimador or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, and so we went with that. But I could just tell like they were just so over me, because I'm just I guess they think they felt offended when I was telling them, I was like, yeah, like $15 is gonna be like our kind of base price for liquor here. I'm so sorry on behalf of
Your lack of funds
yeah.
and fun, apparently. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, yeah, so they went with that, and clearly, yeah, it was probably,
I felt some type of way.
it was some type of way. I think it was like a $200 tab. They left like $5 on it, and so I was like, okay, cool. I knew from the minute they sat down, like that's what I was getting, and so the service, while it was definitely cordial, gave them whatever they needed, timely manner.
Gave them baseline service.
Yeah, they weren't getting much more. I'm not gonna sit here and like, oh, where y'all going tonight? Oh
Yeah,
my
you
God,
don't
y'all
give
look
a
so
fuck.
good. Like what? Like you're not getting that. Like I kind of know.
Like, y'all going home after this, right? You're not gonna ruin anybody else's night.
They're
Go
going to
straight home?
find somebody else to fund their night.
Ugh. Yep.
Yeah, because
Saw some of that shit over the weekend too.
Yeah.
This group of 3 girls came in, did not order a single drink through the whole night, and they were there with their friend, and I assume the friend's boyfriend, who had ordered drinks. So they were just there, took some pictures, had water. It's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you honest?
they're being outside, yo.
Ugh.
They're being outside.
But that's the kind of shit that just irritates me, that I've been on here to preach about over and over. It's like, if you're gonna pregame too hard where you're not gonna buy anything, stay the fuck home. You're hurting the business, because the business has to provide the entertainment, has to provide the staff for the event. So now the business is losing money because people like you aren't buying shit. You're not stimulating the economy. So now you're not buying drinks from us. You're not tipping us. So now we can't go out and hook up our industry brothers
Conrads,
and sisters and
yeah.
comrades. Like, we can't do that. So now we're forced to stay in, and it's this domino effect that it really the economy fucking sucks, and that's why
does.
club culture is really dying, because nobody wants to go out and spend that. And I empathize 100%.
Yeah.
I get it, totally fucking get it. It sucks. It really, really fucking sucks.
What do you guys feel like there's going to be a bounce back or like a rebound after the slow summer?
It doesn't feel like
I
it.
don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't feel like it. Just it feels like it depends on where you are,
Mhm.
and a lot of times, even regardless of where you are, is everyone's slow. I mean, I've been talking to so many people in our industry, like everyone's slow. Even the places that are busy still feel slow comparatively.
What they
to
know they were
used
doing
to,
last year.
You know, because I remember hearing about Halloween in WeHo like, when I first moved out here. When we moved out here in 21, and they were like, "Oh, it's not happening right now." Like, I think it got canceled last minute, and people were so disappointed.
Wait, this year was canceled?
No, in 21.
Oh, 21. Yeah.
And I think in 22 they just didn't have it. So then when it happened last year, everyone was so happy to go, and it was this huge thing.
Right.
But it didn't sound like it quite hit the same this time. But I think it's because Halloween's on a Thursday, and some people are like, I'll just take Friday off. So I don't know.
Right.
You know, and being at work, hearing the way like my GM will talk about, he's like, yeah, you know, rent's coming up. So
Rinse the very next day.
You can kind of figure out like, oh well, rent is due on a Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and not everyone gets paid on Friday like they're supposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you might have to decide like, do I pay my rent ahead of time, or do I just take a chance and go out there on the weekend and hope that I protect my bank account enough to be able to
Right.
still have a home next week? You know,
Jesus.
I've seen some people make some very terrible decisions. You know,
Jesus Christ.
so but speaking of terrible decisions, the thing that happened with me this weekend, and I wanted to say how it ties into this, is when you say, oh, this tab was $200 and they left five. You know, a lot of people, especially growing up, I used to always hear, well, $5 is fine no matter what. And it's like, yeah, that was in the previous economy, in the previous, you know, inflation went up. $5 ain't what it used to be.
It's not.
And, you know, with you spending $200 and then leaving me five.
This
okay,
is a
that's
group
fine.
of 5 people, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, so that's all you got for all of that time and service. And, you know, a lot of people love to jump in the comment section and be like, oh, this is just your job and everything. Yeah, but even if I'm trying to give you just baseline service, that's still at a certain level. And then I have to give that to you and everyone else and then hope that I get paid.
Yeah.
But after a certain while and you're not getting paid, it's hard to keep giving your all to everyone.
Yeah.
Especially when they sit down and they immediately give you that energy of like, no, you're not making anything extra off of me.
Yeah.
But I want extra from you.
For sure.
Even though you're still only going to get $5.
Yeah.
And you better be happy you got that. Name any other job you went into and someone treated you like shit and they say, well, you're going to get $5 because of this.
Yeah.
You better hope I give you that $5. No other job does that
No.
except for the service industry.
Yeah.
And it's hard to deal with that throughout a shift. And it's even harder when you get some people who come up and they're just absolute pieces of shit. Like this woman who came in on Saturday. There was a large group of people, and they sat in the middle of the room, which you know our venue has like this big table, big long table,
Right.
and then 4 or 5 high top tables next to it.
Yeah.
So they took that whole area.
Oh,
They showed
shit.
up really early, comparatively.
Right.
But they were also, you could tell they were all older, and all they did was sit there.
Oh, God damn it! I
That's
knew
what
that was
you
gonna
get.
fucking happen.
That's what you get.
I knew that was gonna fucking happen.
My God.
Damn it!
Sacrifice to the gods, my friend.
Amateur hour.
Sorry. Continue. Ignore me.
And I'm sure somebody out there is like, that's what the fuck he gets.
Yeah.
They were waiting for that.
Karma. Karma is a bitch.
But yeah, so they're just sitting there and they're
You gonna
not
sit up
spending,
next time, motherfucker.
they're not spending any money.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there taking up space, and they're in the prime real estate. They should
Yeah.
be dancing. They're not dancing. They don't look like they're having a good time. It's just really like, God, man, you're bringing the whole mood down.
Right. Because you
And-
guys are center stage of the venue at this point. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and then for all these other people coming in for Halloween, they just see a bunch of old motherfuckers sitting in the middle of the room, not spending any money, not even dancing.
Yeah.
It just kills the vibe. So more people don't even want to be there. And I had this one woman come up, and she ordered a beer.
Oh, boy.
And due to things, I'll say that because I don't want to job. Our beers on a certain tap weren't pouring as smoothly as they normally would.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of foam.
Right.
So it took me a lot longer because I'm not going to shortchange you
Right.
on your drink, even though I know it's not my fault that this is pouring this way.
Right.
Like it needs to be fixed.
So that's
It has
not
be
on me to
fixed.
explain it
Right.
to you. I just want to make sure you get
Exactly.
the best.
So when
yeah.
I come back with that beer, and it took me a while, and this is a Saturday night, about 11:30-ish, almost midnight. So we were in the
Another
swing
thing or
of it.
two is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come back full apologetically saying, hey, I'm sorry that this took so long, but our taps are a little messed up. So the beers are coming out heavy on foam. This is the best I can do, which that beer had that much head at the top of it,
Yeah.
which
That's
is
what it
right.
is.
Standard.
That's
Standard.
the bottom line level I could go to. But because of the compression of the air compression,
Yeah.
there's too much air is going into the line. So
Right.
I can't give you a better pour without wasting more beer.
And more time.
Because that foam is still beer, by the way.
Yeah.
That is still beer. It just has that carbonation and air put into it.
Right.
That's where the foam comes from. I hand her the beer. She looks at it as I'm explaining. and then takes her finger, goes like that, and starts swirling it around on the inside of the glass slowly while just looking down at the beer and then looking up at me and looking down at the beer. So I'm like, so no matter what, you have to pay for it now.
Yeah.
There's no backing out of this transaction now.
You stupid.
I know you know this.
Also, that's just gross.
It really is.
Like, what the fuck?
And then after like a good 20 to 30 seconds, because I'm standing there for a long time, I got people looking at me like,
I'm just
why
ready.
is it taking
Like,
so
pay.
long?
Just
That
pay.
is- wow.
She goes, I'm just trying to get rid of the foam. And I looked at her, I was like, but I told you there's nothing else I can do. This literally was the best I could do. And you watched me pour that beer. You saw how much foam was coming out because I saw you staring at me. Plus, she was like 6'4". Bitch, I know you saw me.
You could see over. Yeah.
I know you saw me.
What a
Like, come on, man. Don't do me like that.
But also,
Don't do me like
where
that.
does she go where they don't have head in the beer? Like that.
So then she goes, so can you top it off? And
Oh.
I looked at her and I'm like,
What?
pause. Yeah, good one. And I looked at her and I'm just like, I go, are you serious? Which I've never said
Yeah.
before that I can remember to that degree. Like, are you
Right.
serious? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And I looked at the other guests. I was like, I'll be right back, guys. And I go and I get a rocks glass and proceed to take the same amount of time.
Right, because now
Just
I gotta.
to try to pour this much beer for her.
Yeah.
Still making sure she sees me do the whole thing. And then I bring it back and then I take the bar spoon and I look at her and I start scooping the foam out so that she could see this is the beer you asked for, right? But you saw all the foam in that glass. I brought this back. Proof. This is what you're asking me to do for your little bit more of beer that I told you this is not my fault. If you want to talk to a manager, talk to a manager. But don't treat me like shit.
The head is beer.
Yeah, it is beer. You're fine. You would have been fine. You would have been fine. But you had to go and piss me the fuck off. So I just put the drink down. She tipped me. It was $9. She gave me 11, which means, okay, you're trying to give me a $2 tip.
Cool.
But that's you telling me that you think everything you did, you're telling me I'm worth $2 to you, that you can treat me like shit for $2 extra. That's how little you think of me, but you want me to think highly of you
Right.
as the customer.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
make that
crazy.
make sense.
Well, no,
She
owns
wanted me
you.
to be exactly.
She owns you.
She
for
wanted me to be thankful for the $2. I brought the $2 and change back and sat it down right back in front of her.
That. Yeah.
Almost like the whole waiting thing. Like, nah, you can keep that.
Yeah.
I put it back down in front of her.
You need
She's
this
like,
more.
no, that's for you. And I just looked at her and went back to the next guest. And I was like, what can I get for you, sir?
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you. And I just kept going. And then she waited for me to take their order, which I gave them a big old smile. Cool, man. Good to see you. What can I take for you?
Yeah.
And I go back to make the drink. She's like, thank you. And I just go, you're welcome. I went back to what I just never even looked up. I stayed with what I was doing. Don't bring that kind of energy to the bar.
Yeah.
Don't bring that to someone
because you're
you
gonna
would-
lose.
You would not want anyone to do that to you, like especially to do that to a stranger. It shows the type of person you are. But I still had to go through with the rest of my night.
And to do that to a bartender, you're gonna fucking lose.
Yeah,
If
you're
you
gonna
want to
lose.
come back,
Yeah, well,
But not just come back, but
yeah.
like to do that to a bartender where we've had our fair share of interactions like that. We already know our responses. We have our loadout ready to go. What to dish
Yeah.
out, how to dish it out. Like you're gonna fucking lose. Not saying we're the smartest people,
No.
but we're just quick enough with our fucking responses and how to approach things. Like you're gonna fucking lose. You don't think we've had this experience before? Come on. The only freebie you ever get like that is the very first time it happens to us where we don't know how to respond because it's like, oh my God, the audacity to do something like this. And then we're like, okay, I know how to react to this next time. You're going to fucking lose it. You're going to look like an idiot to everybody else around you.
that's crazy.
Yeah, their service was slow the rest of the night because I didn't serve them. Even if I was next in line, like even if I was next to take them, I would literally be like, "Nah, you can take them." I'd make them wait. I left the bar one time. Like this dude comes up and he's like trying to order tequila, and we had a long weekend, so a lot of our tequila ran out as far as like reposado and blanco, but like our mid range. So
Right.
all we had was like our high end shit, and he didn't want to pay the high end money, which I get. You know, he was an older gentleman, but you know he was talking to the other bartender, or no, I took his order. And then he turns to her and like, hey, what did you want? And she gets up and starts walking up. And as she looks at me, I turned to the bartender. I was like, so he had a Blanco of this on the rocks. You can take the rest of the order. And I just walked the fuck out.
Oh shit!
That's it. Nah.
It's like we are not going
Yep.
through this shit again.
Yep. Nah, you're not gonna get that customer service.
Yeah.
That guy got the good customer service
Yeah.
because he was cool. Like I'm not saying he tipped anything crazy, but he was a cool dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't harsh in the vibe at all. Like just came in, wanted to have a good time.
Right.
So cool. I'll give you that service.
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to do. But you bring your gigantor ass back over here.
Gigantor.
You're gonna have to fucking wait. I'm sorry. I'm not fucking helping you.
Yeah.
Boys.
Because it was just like
It's not about the tip amount. It's just about
it's the one time it's not,
Not about
the
the
tip.
money.
not about
It's about the
tip.
shaft.
sending.
You shafted me.
You shafted
Man,
me,
I don't
and
like
just
it.
like that
I don't
whole
like it.
rapport is completely gone.
I was
Nah.
quoting the Joker. It's not about
sorry.
the money. It's about sending a message.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It
And she
is
got
about
that
sending
message.
the
It is. She got the message loud and clear. God damn, man, that's fucking sucks. I am sorry. That is absolutely shitty.
Just like
Yeah, that's so stupid. Like,
that's gross.
what is
It
wrong
really
with
is.
you?
If I saw somebody at the bar doing, I'm just like,
Throw that glass away.
where have you been that that's acceptable?
Yeah.
Who raised you?
Yeah.
You're older.
Yeah.
Who have you
better.
raised?
Oh,
I need to know who they are so I can
So I
stay
need to
away
look
from
out
them.
for them.
I don't need to be around them.
Yeah.
I found out later on that whole group was a Facebook meetup group for singles.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's tragic.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's trashy.
It was bad.
That's trashy,
Yeah.
tragic. And
Damn.
Turmoil.
And somebody's like, that homie was trying to like, the guy with like the Blanco on the rocks is probably like trying to get at her.
Yep.
And damn, he had
And
to
he
sit there
spent
and,
money on her.
and had to
And
witness
she went home
her.
with somebody else who wasn't even in the group.
ooh,
Because I know who
damn.
she went home with.
Oh,
I'm still upset at him, by the way.
at the guy she went home with.
Yeah, it's one of my homies. I was like, nigga, I told you who she was. But I get it. I get it. It's like, hey, I'm leaving with something.
Yo,
I
get
get
yours.
It. I
Get
get
yours.
it, man. I get it. Just don't call her back. That's all I ask.
Leave that shit on red.
Yo, just don't hit her up tomorrow, man. She's not worth it.
Damn.
Yeah, not at all, man.
Facebook meetup group for singles. Now we used to have those at my old gig, and like it would just be the most awkward just group of people to see kind of interact. I mean, if they work, they work. You find your person, great. But like on this side of things, watching y'all interact, it is the most awkward thing because it's like speed dating, but there's no actual structure to it. So
And
you just
there's
have
no
these.
speed.
And there's no speed. It's just all awkward. It just like people just like, so what brings you
free-for-all.
here? It's awful.
Well, how did you
What did-
hear about the page?
Yeah.
What did the worst one you ever saw look like?
It honestly, not, I wouldn't say a bunch of incels, but it just looked like a lot of people that just didn't really know how to socially communicate in the world. Probably did a lot of work from home, just didn't know how to start conversations. So they're all just kind of mingling around the table, looking at each other. Like the women start talking with the women, the guys start talking to the guy. It's like a middle school dance
Oh my god.
where nobody really knows
They don't have
how to
social
break
interaction.
the
Right.
barrier of actually, talking to each other, which is how they ended up in a Facebook group for singles.
Yeah.
So it's, but yeah. And then like we're, trying to give them regular service and it's like, hey, you guys need anything? Or like, trying to like spruce up the energy, but like their energy was so low and awkward. It's like, I don't know what to do with y'all. I'm gonna keep on giving y'all drinks, but like it just was so awkward to see them try to interact with each other and
Yeah.
fail.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when people like your homie just come in and just like, I will pluck this
Yep,
one.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, because
He was just there at the end of the night.
yeah.
Not like that. Like, nah, he's a good looking guy too. I don't mean it like that, but
Yeah.
he was everyone at, you know how it is. Club closes. We're not a
fucking
club. But that
thumping.
energy. Yeah. But they head outside and everyone's standing outside. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Right.
You're there at the end of the night. It's
Yeah.
like you didn't even put any work in on that, but that's
Just
where
cleaning
you're
up.
Going. And
Yeah.
I get it.
Just cleaning up.
I get it, But the most awkward one I saw, a friend of mine had actually put it together. He's an older gentleman, and I say that because the majority of people who showed up weren't in his age group. It kind of varied a little bit, but it
Yeah.
was definitely about 10 to 15 years younger than he is,
Ooh, wow.
and it was mostly male. And I just remember that it was about like 8 or 9 guys.
Okay.
And then one woman showed up and she spoke to the host, and then she came up to the bar and spoke to me. And she was like, "Have any other women showed up for this yet?" And I was like, "You're the first." And she's like, "No, I'm not." She stayed outside for a while talking to the host and like waiting for other women to show up. And I want to say eventually, I think one other woman showed up. So she was like, "Okay, we can go to the table together." And one of them sat on one side and one of them sat on the other, and all the guys sat around them at
Yes.
the big table.
Yeah.
And so they were just the only 2 women in the
Like
group.
hyenas and
Yeah.
shit.
Sharks.
Like blood and water, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty. That was.
They
that
both
was
should have
pretty
left and went
desperate.
to another place together.
They probably did.
They did,
You know, they probably. Hey, you want to go grab a drink somewhere else and see what the talent is like?
Yeah.
Because this is crazy. But yeah, it was just off of a Facebook meetup group, and the 2 stories kind of remind me of something I said on Saturday. I was like, I mean, that's why I'm not on Facebook, because those are the type of people who spend their time on
forgot that's
Facebook all the time.
That's the thing. Facebook
They
is
want to
not
get in
what it used to be.
groups. People want to get in groups online. Everyone's brave online. It's
Yeah.
like, nah, come back out here where we are.
Yeah.
Come back out here where we are. Come have a drink. Come have some food. Have a good time. Interact with people in person.
Right.
And it won't be so awkward. You know, you see the people who come out and they're used to talking to people on a regular basis.
Right.
Because, like my friend who was there, he doesn't go out trying to hook up with anybody.
Right.
But if he's standing next to a woman, whether she's beautiful or not, if she's alone, he at least will say, "How you doing?" At least check in.
Right.
You know, be cordial, be a gentleman, and everything like that. And then
Be normal.
Yeah, exactly. And then he'll just walk off if
Yeah.
that's the end of it. And you can see those people who feel that social comfort of like, okay, we're out. I can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's not gonna bother me. But then you see other people who's like, I don't know how to talk to anybody. And it's like, dude, then learn.
Learn.
We
yeah.
can teach you.
We need
you know?
to build our communication skills.
Yeah.
And just like, if this is a Facebook group for singles, it needs to be maybe not like a barrier, but just like some communication from like the host until like, hey, this is what we're going for.
Yeah.
This is what we would like to have in this group.
Yeah.
And so if that's what time you're on, then come through, pull up, and we can actually like start to, you know what I mean? We could get a social thing going, but like they don't have that type of communication from the host. And so
It's not just that, because that's what it was on the first one, in my opinion, with the older gentleman. This one, the host was an actually like very attractive woman.
okay.
And nobody else in the group was. And so I joked and I said, these people only showed up because she was the organizer. And so
Yeah.
they thought, oh, there's going to be attractive people. But I was like, all the ugly people clicked that they were going first. So all the attractive people were like, nah, we're not going there.
Who all gonna be there?
They all, exactly. That's the problem with Facebook groups.
Yeah.
You know who all going to be there.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm good on
not
that.
going to go to that. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
You know, like, eesh.
Yeah.
I've never seen
that's
anything
rough.
like that. I have not seen anything like that.
Yeah,
What,
your
like
venue
a-
wouldn't have that. They should.
It's your spot. Yeah.
Your venue should have like not a speed dating thing, but like I don't know.
A mingle, a mixer, if you will. I hate
Yeah.
that word. I hate that
I
word. so
guess
much.
they do have that, and that's with certain day parties because nobody's fucking dancing and everybody's just talking. So
They're
I
mixing.
guess that's that. But
They're being mixy.
I like day parties.
when
if
people
they're done
drink,
right. Yeah.
day parties are great. When
Yeah.
they're just talking, it's like y'all could have done this somewhere else.
At a coffee shop.
At a coffee shop. Yeah.
It's kind of wild to see that
Yeah.
be a trend now. Like, oh, let's
It's-
have the party at a coffee shop
Yeah.
because that's the only place I know where to go meet people. But now the people who just went to the coffee shop don't want to go there anymore because you motherfuckers are end up partying.
Yo, this is too
came for
loud
coffee.
for me to just chill at the.
And then they're gonna be like, "Oh man, we should have some drinks. They should introduce alcohol. Oh yeah, let's do that." And then, like you
We're
said,
back in the cycle.
back in full
Yeah.
circle,
'Cause,
bro. Like
that's what we were doing at the bar that serves the alcohol
Yeah.
with the DJ, and now we're just slowly introducing
it's just
that.
gonna come full fucking circle. Like
It
it's a cool
is.
idea. Do it if you need to, but it's just gonna come full circle. It is.
I mean, better than coming full circle. It'd be nice to see these businesses working together. You know, I think the problem, just my opinion, but the biggest issue I have with capitalism is that with capitalism, it's all about me making more than everyone else.
Sure.
And I know, people don't like the socialist word or anything like that, but I feel like there should be a middle ground. Capitalism should be about all of us making enough money,
Yeah.
or at least like you can make your money and I can make mine. I don't care how much you make as long as I can pay my bills.
Right.
That's how it should be. But now all of a sudden businesses are like, no, 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 no. How do we steal people's, customers? How do we take away from other people, as opposed to why not partner with each other?
Yeah.
Like over in the arts district, places like the Mermaid, Death and Co. I don't go over there as much as I should. We've just started being able to get back out as much as we used to.
Right.
But a lot of those places will work together. Like, hey, Wolf and Crane, that's another one. Hey, if you go here and go here and go here, you get like a little book or something like that.
The joint on for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, like we did that on
Like
St.
the bar
Patrick's
crawl.
Day.
Yeah.
If more businesses were actually trying to work together, we could get people out, because it's like, okay, well, we'll be at this spot for this couple hours and we'll move over to the next one, but it's like all the bar crawls and all those crawls, they went to Groupon, and then a lot of people that you don't want to crawl with were there.
I
So,
don't want to crawl with you, bro.
there's got to be a way to kind of bring it back.
think-
Make it fun again. Make bars fun again.
I think like just bar crawls in general are different here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like a broken fucking record, but in Chicago,
Oh my God.
there's neighborhoods that just have streets, just stretches of bars and shit. So the bar crawl feels like a bar crawl, because you're
Right.
going here and going next door, next door, next door. Like the St. Patty's bar crawl is one, if not the most fun one ever. And it's like such a big thing, and it's gotten like kind of bigger and bigger. And so it's fun because it feels like a bar crawl, because it's just a whole stretch of bars, and you don't really have that out here besides I think like West Hollywood or Hollywood. But even then, it's doesn't feel like a lot because everybody just goes to
Glendale
the few
kind of
three.
has a little thing. Like
Yeah,
Glendale's like little strip. It's not.
but but everybody goes to like the three big ones or the two
Right.
big ones. Like they
Yeah.
don't go and mingle. So it's just I feel like they just work differently here. Or if you do a bar crawl, they're too far in between, so
They're
you
pretty
kind of
far.
just stay in one place.
Well, another thing I was going to say why that works so well, the St. Patty's Day bar crawl that we did, was the individualism and identity of the bars, in the sense that like each bar, like the Mermaid is different than High Tide, is different than Death and Co. And so I feel it feels like a dope bar crawl because every bar I'm going to kind of has its own distinct identity and vibe that it's bringing to the table that I'm enjoying,
As it
versus
should.
as it should, versus like all of these bars seem to be trying to steal from each other, trying to have a similar trend, trying to have a similar menu, trying to go for the same like audience, I guess. And I mean, like the thing is, the audiences will find you, like the
Right.
guests will find you.
And that's the point, is if you make everything the same, there's no reason to go anywhere.
Right.
So people want to feel unique. Like
Yeah.
you said in the past, people want to feel like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's okay to feel like the main character within that structure of the business. Like,
Yeah.
it's your birthday, we sing for you because that's what we do here. I
Right.
would never work in a place that does, but if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Shout out.
You know what I mean? I'll give you a birthday shot because they let us do that under certain circumstances.
Right.
Not like I'm just giving away drinks, but like you should have your thing. And that is the reason why people come to you, because then you have your regulars, you have your clientele. Like
Right.
those people, they're like, this is why I come here. And then they feel the need to return on a regular basis because they can only get that there.
Right.
But if you're just trying to do the same thing everyone's trying to do, I'll go to the place that's closer to my house.
Right.
And
Or
I'll
the
just get it
original
there.
version of it.
Or the original version.
Yeah,
Or the
'cause-
cheaper version.
Because if Fight Club is trying to become Death and Co., why the fuck would
I'll
I
just
come
go to Death and Co.
I'll just go to Death and
Yeah.
Co.
Because that's what Death and Co. is.
Does.
That's
Yeah.
what they're
Yeah.
known for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to Fight Club to fuck off.
Right.
Like, I want to be left alone and, talk to somebody and have
Yeah.
a good time, good ambiance, plenty of space. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is known for. That's what people love it for. And the cocktails that you have are supposed to be your cocktails,
Yeah.
not, oh, I went to this place and then I liked what they did.
So I'm gonna
and
rip it
I
off.
want to do a version of it at
Yeah.
my bar because I like it. But do you even know what your customer base likes?
Right.
Have you gotten to know them?
No, who cares? I'm gonna make my menu. Yeah,
you
fuck
go.
the customers.
Yep.
Fuck them.
And then nobody buys your fucking drinks.
Customer
because
says
no one
fuck
likes
you
it.
too, because I'm gonna go find it elsewhere.
I'm gonna go to Death and Co.
They're
Well, I
gonna
know they
say,
do it right.
I can buy a whole bottle of Tito's for this.
Yeah.
At least I know I'm getting Tito's.
Yeah.
I don't even know what these ingredients are. And
Yeah.
you're supposed to teach them about it. They didn't come here
They didn't
for a
come for
fucking
a
lesson.
lesson, yeah.
Especially if they're on a date. And if you take out the individuality of your employee, what if these people are on a date and the last thing one of those people on that date wants is you standing there making it about you explaining some fucking menu?
It's
I
taking
just got
away.
this person to pay attention to me.
Right.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know how hard it was to get this date off the ground? And you want to come over here talking about cardamom and some other bullshit?
The fuck is star anise?
I'm going to give you my card and you can get the fuck out of my
outta
face.
here. You know what?
Come
Matter of
on,
fact,
man.
give me 2 waters.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Like,
And then while you go to get the water, they get up and leave.
Yeah.
Fuck this menu.
yeah.
Fuck that bar.
I see so many people pulling the Simpsons grandpa thing, like walk into my venue, look at the menu and walk right back the fuck out.
Because, like, what is this?
Yeah. Like, what did I come here for? This ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. You got
Sorry.
to own your. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
it's
under my
okay.
skin
It's
a little
all
bit.
right.
That's because I see so many other places do it, and all these places are closing because they got either poor management or really poor ownership that doesn't even come into a venue in person. They think reading a report or checking a camera means they know what's going on in their venue. It's like, no, you know what's going on in your venue when you know who's working in your venue.
Right.
If you know them on a first name basis, if you walk in, I should know you're the owner because I've seen you enough to know you're the owner.
Yeah.
But if you walk in and I have to tell my coworker who's been there for 6 months or 9 months or longer, oh, that's one of the owners.
Like, who?
Come on, bro. You
What?
don't live in another state.
Yeah.
You know, like look at what happened to Mescalero. I've heard that guy's name so many times over the years. Never met him. Never.
That's why it shut down,
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
amongst other things. But you
Amongst
know,
other things. Amongst other things.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
that's sane.
It's
sane.
sane.
That's sane.
No, that's actually sane.
That was good.
Now we got to counter for that.
Yeah.
Damn.
that
I
was
love that.
good.
I can't
That
even
was
say no
really
more. I got to
good.
find a new one.
That you need a new one. We got to counter for it.
That-
She was so quick with it too.
Yeah.
You're like, that's crazy.
No,
sane.
that's sane.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. I was like, all right.
That threw me
Rever-
off so much.
Reverse card, seen and received.
Yeah.
Uno reverse, parried and everything.
Well, let's get into the first of these videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one were we starting off with?
You wanna-
we can kind
You
of
want to do yours first?
Sure. We can do that.
Cool. Let me go ahead and here. I'll give you this. You can
for
do
sure.
that.
Yeah. So you guys want to like
Oh,
tee us
spill
up?
it.
Yeah.
Spin
While
and,
we
spin and
got
spill.
the
Put
guests?
up another video
Yeah.
Nice.
with us.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Spin and Spill.
Shout out to Spin and Spill.
We got to get those extra mics. We got to schedule this shit. We got to
Yeah.
get them in here.
Getting them back.
We definitely got to get them back in here.
No, this is just like a funny video I saw online.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a couple times, but just the guest that comes in and wants you to spell out their entire evening for them in terms of like the experience, and they want you to base it off of what you like, and as if like you may have the same taste as them. And I just think that's a ludicrous assumption because you've been out a couple times, and so it's like expecting me to know you, stranger that just came in, what you're going to like. And especially me, because it's like we're bartenders, so I probably know a thing or two about drinks that you probably don't know.
Right.
Which is not to say like I'm better than you or anything like,
like
that,
a regular Long Island and a top shelf Long Island.
but I do know the difference between that. But it's also just like I probably developed a drink or a go-to drink that you may not have heard of, or that like I've been experimenting with drinks more. So a mezcal old fashioned may throw you the fuck off because just like I think mezcal is too smoky, or like old fashions are too boozy for me. And if you just come in and be like, "Give me what you like," and I'm just like, I don't know if you're gonna like that.
Sure
Plus,
about
what-
that?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Sure about that, bud?
Yeah, I mean, you might even be allergic to one of the ingredients in that cocktail,
Yeah.
depending on where you are.
Right.
Now you're
know?
fucking on the floor gasping for air, no EpiPen.
And I'm just looking at you like, I thought you wanted
Which
what
is
I like.
weird to me that you have some bars that love putting like coconut and nutmeg on their menu.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh,
In
nut
this day and
allergies.
age?
Like, come on, man. Like, why would you add something that people could be definitely allergic to?
Yeah.
I can't even take this cocktail on an airplane. Why would you try to have me serve this on a menu?
Dude.
You know, come on. Like, think about it.
I'm gonna
Think
tell
about
you,
your menus.
we did that
please.
shit at Redacted because we added peach bitters We don't even have orange bitters, but we have peach bitters, which is made from almond extract. So everybody that asks for certain drinks, we have to add in the, hey, make sure like you don't have like a nut allergy or anything, because it doesn't say on the drink. I think it's like a peach bourbon tea. Like you just hear peach and bourbon. You're like, oh, okay, cool. And I gotta like warn you, like, hey, by the way,
That's such an oversight.
this peach bourbon
That's not
tea,
an oversight. They just don't care.
They don't care
because they're making them verbal it. So
Yeah.
obviously everyone knows. They just don't fucking care.
That should be on the menu.
No,
No, it's
someone
not on the
just-
menu, and I know for a fact all of our servers don't know that, so they're just ringing it in.
Oh, they could get sued for sure.
man,
Absolutely.
That's so fucking stupid.
Oh man. All right,
absolutely.
let's do this. Oh, also in regards to the message I sent you there, that story of the guy that was dancing, that wasn't you, was it? The one that ripped his pants?
Oh no, in the video it was not.
Okay.
However,
You did rip your pants.
I did rip my
Okay,
pants
okay.
at my homie's wedding.
All right, here we go.
Get you something to drink. Yeah, I'll just take your favorite. Yeah, no problem. Here you go. This is water. I fucking love water.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Short and fucking
Yeah.
sweet. Because it's just like what else? I don't know you, and
Yeah.
tell me something. And like that's what I'm saying. Like now is the time for us. You want that experience. You want that customer service. Lead off with like, hey, I usually like this liquor. Hey, I kind of like this is my palate. I want things a little bit sweet. I want things a little bit booze forward. I want things a little bit more citrusy, sour, whatever. Give me. Do you have something in that realm for
Fuck
me?
around and give him a shot of firewater bitters. Like, I love this shit.
This is my favorite shit.
Yo, shout out to the homie Garrett because he does that.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Remember he did that to me. We went in. I think you were with me that night. We popped in like after an episode or something, and he gave us all around the shots. And he would do a thing where he'd put fire water in one of them. And so he made it mine because it was always a roulette. But he told us he was going to get us all before it happened. He's like, I'm going to get each one of you.
Oh God.
And he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
So you know you're never going to get him back. It's
Right.
perfect.
Oh,
Perfect
that's-
fucking prank. Bro, he
God.
got me. And I was just standing at the bar trying not to puke.
Oh God.
Just holding it back because I didn't know it was coming. And
Oh,
I was
you just
already
knocked
like
it
my
back.
stomach was already like fucked up because we had already been drinking.
Yeah.
So that was the wrong fucking he almost got me, bro. I had to run out the back.
Oh shit.
Thankfully I knew where the back door was. I was like, man, I'm not going in the bathroom. What if I don't make it? I gotta go out the back, bro.
I gotta go out the back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the Irish
You're-
goodbye. That one.
Someone did that the other day.
Your phone's on airplane mode, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You want me to
Sorry.
go double check?
Yeah, please. Because I was just about to send you this in the
shit.
message, and I was like, ooh, let me. Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That is awesome that you could just not get him back. I
No,
think
I
that's
can't.
hilarious.
And I never will.
That's.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you
It's the
could, but
perfect
it would be
crime.
really fucked up if
It's
you
the
did.
perfect crime.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the perfect. But I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
because
right.
Of that.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's
that'd
the
be
perfect fucking
terrible.
crime, man.
So
That's
he's
so
Perfect
crazy.
fucking crime.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so do you have like a go-to response when someone says like, what's your favorite thing on the menu? Or what's your favorite drink? When they say, oh, what's your favorite drink?
I'll tell them like I like this, but tell me what you like. Tell me like what do you
Yeah.
mean? What kind of spirit do you usually have? What? And I ask them those questions, and now it's a conversation. But the worst, not the worst, but similarly, like because we have food, it's also things like what's your favorite thing on the food menu item? And I tell them straight up when I come in on my off days, I get the 22-ounce bone-in ribeye, $99. What's up? If that's what you want to ask me, what I want, but or what I like to eat, but then they'll be like, oh, well, I wanted something a little bit lighter. Okay, well then let's start the conversation there.
Let's go
Hey,
there.
so I'm looking for something lighter. What do you suggest? Great, cool. I got these little tacos here. I got like this Korean fried cauliflower, whatever. Now we can start a conversation, but just like open ended. What do you like? What's good here? It's just kind of
I'm gonna start just giving people a shot of Chinar.
Chinar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chinar and Fernet together.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was
Give
thinking
them
about
that blend
too.
of, oh yeah, just give me whatever you like. Okay.
Yeah,
bitter.
Oh, what's that? It's what I like.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
Go ahead, do it.
I love that.
Drink it.
I love that when bartenders do that.
Yeah.
Yo, let's give you what we actually drink.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like Chinar. But
Malort.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I've been telling my boss to get Malort for the longest. Like, please just get a bottle of Malort from Escondite. Just get one from them so I can
Yeah.
just start giving it to people that ask for free shots or no build up to the birthday shot there where they just come in
Oh,
like, oh, it's my
God.
birthday. Do we get something?
Yeah.
Sure.
You're gonna have
Shot him a
people
Lord.
throwing up.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I want to so bad. I might just buy a bottle of Malort just to
Bring it
have
in.
it there.
Yeah.
Just be like, here, give it out for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
And I mean, again, not to like, we're not shitting on people that come in and ask these questions. It's just like, be a little bit more educated with like
Yeah.
helping us help you
Right. Have an
create
idea
your
what you want.
experience. Like if you just ask us an open-ended question, you don't know me, you just came in, I don't know you, I want to help you, I really, really do. You just got to give me more information. Let's start a conversation and then
Yeah.
whittle it down. I do know the menu really well, but like
Right.
I need more information from you as opposed to just like, what do you like? What's
Yeah.
good here?
You gotta
'Cause
remember, man. Like
you
those
might
those
catch the
kind of
wrong
questions.
one.
Exactly, because those kind of questions are so open ended. And what if that person has like they're in a mood, they're in a bad mood, or a really good mood, or they've been drinking a little bit too much. Maybe they've had too much of what they really like. You never know. You might get something that you just really do not like the taste of.
Yeah.
Like you can go up to someone and be like, "Oh, well, what do you like?" I like to eat ass. Is that the shot you want? Because that's the Fernet
That's
and the
what you got.
Merlot and all of that. That's the equivalent. It's like I like to eat ass. If you don't like to eat ass, you ain't gonna like
It's
the
not-
shot of Fernet.
yeah.
Or
We
you
don't
might-
have the same palate.
You know what I mean?
Or
Like
you might
you're not
be
ready
at
for
a
this,
you might be at a bar where they have Everclear.
bro.
Oof.
We are
And now
gonna
you're
give
done
you the worst
fucked
thing we
up.
possibly
Yeah.
can because that's what we drink.
Yeah.
Because we die a little inside.
Right.
That's what
Not
the
drinking
job
Everclear,
does.
We're
To
just a
us.
little bit more trained for drinking than the average person.
Yeah, we can't drink just fucking
A regular margarita.
screwdrivers and
Yeah.
fucking tequila sunrises. That's too much fucking sugar.
Yeah.
We need that fucking
Bite.
like we're professionals, man.
Yeah.
We need
And
that hard shit.
So you don't.
Pause.
Yeah.
I just said.
Just play.
Yeah,
Resume.
well, it's just all those times you get people asking you what you like. If I'm done with work, I get off of work pretty late, so I'm just gonna have either a beer and a shot or just whatever spirit it is on the rocks or something like that, because I just want the alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
just
for real.
having a drink to relax, to decompress or anything like that. If that's not the mood you're in, if that's not your flavor, then why ask me what I like?
Right.
On
Because
some
then
real
it feels
shit,
like
that's-
you're taking down what I like to say, well, that's not what I like.
Yeah.
And I know
It's
you
not
don't mean
dignified.
it, but
Right.
it kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
That's
Why ask me
beneath
what I
me.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is like I haven't been doing this for so long. I've just been in so many situations where, let's say the food menu, I'll go down a list of so many different, like let's say I get 5 different items, and I'm going all over the place in terms of like these are some apps I like, these are some salads I like, these are some entrees I like, and then at the end of all that, they're just like, cool, I'll take this one thing that you never even mentioned, and I'm just like, you knew that's what you wanted from the get-go, and that's fine. But why waste my time? You could have just asked about the thing that you
Yeah.
wanted from the get-go, and I could have spoken to that. But if that's not something I like, or maybe when I first started working here, I had it too much, and now I'm over it. So I don't even.
That part.
Yeah,
My favorite thing might not be my favorite thing anymore because I work here.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. And so it's just like, let's actually have a real conversation, helping you get the experience that you came here for, versus just an open-ended question.
Yeah.
That's pretty
'Cause,
much.
I mean, any person in this industry worth their salt, they're not trying to take your order just to get your order or just to get money out of you. They want you to have a good experience because, yeah, that's the easiest way to get tipped. But I want to build that relationship for you
Yeah.
to want to come back.
Right.
Because if you tip me properly this time, then you'll continue to do it every time you come in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want. So we're not trying, like you said, I'm not trying to shoot you down or make it sound like what you're asking for makes no sense or make you feel uneducated or anything like that. It's just let me get to the root of what it is you want so that I can provide that. And then I can give you the rest of the experience
Yeah.
that is within my capabilities once we get your drink or your food order
Right.
out of the way.
Yeah.
Let me get to know you.
Because
Something.
if you make me go through 5 food items or drinks, like explaining them, and then you choose the one thing I didn't mention, at that point I'm just tired of you, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in your order, and I'm gonna see you in 15 to 20 minutes.
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure you got it, you like it, cool.
And don't fuck up and order something that I know is a red flag of, oh, I know you're not going to tip or I know you're going to be a pain in the ass
Yeah.
because you just doubled down by asking me for advice that you didn't want to take.
Yeah.
And then you order something that people who normally do this and don't tip
Yeah.
do. So now you're just checking boxes.
Yeah.
You have to filter every experience through your own past experiences.
Yeah, no, 'cause-
So
yeah.
I don't want to treat you like you're broke or you're an asshole or anything. But if you start knocking off those boxes of, hey, I've done this, which is usually means it's going to end this.
Yeah.
Or I did this and it ends this way. Or they're like, oh, I'm sorry, this is too salty or something like that. Like, well, we're going to have to remake it 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, those things all add up. We're
Yeah.
not trying to just make preconceived notions about you. It's just like Chappelle said, if you're wearing a whore's uniform, you're going to look like a hoe. Like, like, period.
Well, I think another way to think about it is like, think about it like this. To us, every individual guest is a choose your adventure storybook.
There it is.
And literally every time we have an interaction, you're giving me a response. And I know the 3 possible paths this is going down. If I can tell you what like the path is going to lead me in the next 5 interactions, I'm gonna cut it off here
Yeah.
and I'm gonna choose my adventure with
Yeah.
someone else. And it's not that you're not gonna get good service from here on out, but just time is money. I'm gonna probably invest in this choose your adventure over here that is going into a more balanced place that I will enjoy, and I know I can help them enjoy. But you came in a way that doesn't look like you're gonna enjoy this regardless of what I do and or say. And so I'm gonna jump off of this adventure and I'm gonna check back in with you when it's time for that check.
Exactly.
It just is what it is.
Like, some people come in and you just realize that it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not, nothing I do or say is going to make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Like Deborah said, if you love yourself, then it's easy to love people.
Yeah.
And so being in this industry, if you don't love yourself, not love what you do, if you love yourself, there's a better chance of you loving what you do.
Yeah.
And then therefore you will love people enough to give them the service that they're looking for. That's what this job is supposed to be about. So, like, find that love within yourself. Eat more ass, drink more Fernet. I don't know. Do whatever it is you got to do. I love the hesitation on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, I get it.
I'm like,
Just
yeah,
saying,
we'll
do
give
what
them
you
that
got
one.
to do.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do to make yourself happy, so that by the time you get to me, you just need a drink for lubrication.
Yeah.
I guess, like, to just loosen you up. Hey, all right, let's get the party started. Let's get the night going. That's what you need when you get to me. Not
Right.
you get to me like, I got to get over everything that's wrong in my life right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't help you with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a therapist.
I'm not
a
licensed
drink
for that.
worker. That's
Drink
what I am.
worker.
I'm a drink worker.
Drink
All right, you want to check out this
Absolutely.
other video?
Yeah, let's get that other one
Yeah.
knocked out. So which one is this one?
This is about the speed pour.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
Because
Very
I had
interesting.
some thoughts.
Oh, you got the sound?
Yes. Yeah, it's on.
All right, guys, we have a ton of bottles here, probably more than most of you have ever seen.
don't know
Any
about
type
that.
of cocktail you can think of, we can make. Any type of classic. And I'm not talking about your top 20. Top 100, we got you. But with that being said, I might have said it earlier, we don't have any pour spouts on our back bar. That is just done for efficiency, and obviously it just looks way better. One of the reasons why we do that is because I can go ahead and grab my tin, pour spout, go this way. It doesn't create that environment of making sure you create an efficient cocktail. So to create more efficiency, we grab the bottle, we go up to point, we use the jigger, have everything you need to make that cocktail already in front of you. So you grab glassware, you grab garnish, you grab the bottle to make that whole round. You're up there, you finish the round, and then you reset. Kind of like speed rails. We have a ton of bottles here.
Okay.
All right, that's let us unpack that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to unpack that.
I wasn't even there, but him telling me this is more bottles than you've ever seen in your life. was- I was
Before
like,
the
oh,
camera
shit.
turned, I was like, "There's no way."
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so, my bad.
and that's not a criticism. Just saying, like, yeah, it's just like, no.
Mr. Big Dick on the
Yeah,
table. All
I've
right.
seen more. I've worked with more, but it's not about that. Like, I just don't like it when managers start using the E word.
Efficiency.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
nothing
like it.
efficient about that. There was nothing efficient about removing the pour spouts And it was funny because halfway through the video, he's like, because you can go ahead and grab the tin and pour it here. I'm like, yeah, that sounds efficient. But now I had to bring that over here, bring that bottle over here, do all this, and then bring it all back. That's a lot of steps. When he said that part, like, yeah, I could just bring the tin and pour it here.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, we're not there. So obviously this is just us
Take it with a grain
commenting.
of salt.
Yeah, we're commenting on the, the small portion of video we
doesn't
saw.
create the
But
environment.
I don't like when I hear efficiency, but I'm hearing, oh, you have to go to this location where all the tools are
Yeah.
to then make your drink over there to then come back. It just sounds like you don't want to pay for pour spouts. Like you don't want to pay for pour spouts, and you don't want to pay for the good pour spouts, especially the ones that have the nipple covers for the pour spouts.
Right.
You're talking about efficiency. It makes me think you're talking about opening and closing. You don't want to pay for people to come in early to open. You want people to come in and hit the ground running. I understand that as an owner, as a manager, I get that. But the time is the time, and you have to pay what you have to pay. Stop trying to cut corners for efficiency's sake because you're making things less efficient. You need to talk to your team. Yeah, like see what makes sense for them. Now, we don't know your team, so obviously maybe that was a group decision, but it definitely didn't quite feel that way from the look of the video. Again, like this is a short video, short portion, so I don't want to come across as too judgmental. It's just, but judging by what I see, it just feels like a manager or owner saying, well, this is what I like, so I'm going to have you do what I like.
Yeah, Right.
And then I'm
that's
going to
100% what
explain
it
why
is.
I like it and why it makes sense to me. And that's just going to be it. And
That seems like a out of touch bar manager or whatever. Because a lot of people in the comments, some bartenders, some not. None of the people in this comment section of this video like it. Everybody dislikes everything about what was said in here.
well, let Rob say his
Well, no,
point
because
first
like
before we go.
I'm literally the entire time you guys are talking, I've been trying to think about the physics of pouring straight from the bottle, and I find myself pouring way slower because he said
Because you
using a
can
jigger
overpour.
because you overpour it,
Yeah.
and even in our restaurant, like we doing inventory every Monday. That's a part of why we are always off with like our tequilas, like our well tequilas. It's because people try not to use a jigger, or we didn't put the pour spout on it, and like even me, like every time I don't put a pour spout on it, it goes up and over because you're trying to
slower.
get, like, let's see, like the ounce and a
meniscus.
half side,
Or-
you're gonna go over a little
Yeah.
bit and it spills out, and then you do that for, let's say, 20 margaritas throughout the night. That's at least what, like 4 or 5 shots worth.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, like you said, you're already losing the time because you have to concentrate.
Yes, and
There's
that's what
no
I'm saying.
control
Right.
over how you pour. So you can think, I just need to turn the bottle this way. And all it takes is one customer running up, where are your bathrooms? And oh shit.
Yeah.
And now you've wasted like a half an ounce, 3/4 of an
Yeah.
ounce. Because there's no control. They're called controlled pour.
Yeah.
You take off the pour spout, you don't have any fucking control anymore, man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
where's the efficiency by taking away control? What it is you don't like the aesthetic. You don't like
Right.
Yeah.
this. You don't like that. Just say that.
Right.
And
Say
if the
that.
majority of those bottles don't get used a lot, I can understand that too.
Right.
Say that in the video,
That
because
makes
then
sense.
that keeps people from coming at you in the comment section. Because the way you made it sound is we don't use pour spouts at all. Say
Right.
we don't use pour spouts on our back bar.
Right.
Because I've worked with people.
Well, their
or
well
worked
didn't
for
even have pour spouts.
See,
in the
that's a
video.
problem,
That's
man.
tough.
The well
That
didn't
lets
have
me
pour
know you're
spots.
not doing volume. And if you're not doing volume, you're not making enough money. And that's why you don't want to pay for pour spouts. That's
Yeah.
the way it feels. I don't know your story,
Yeah.
but that's the way it feels.
Because at my
man.
bar, our back bar, we don't put pour spouts on there because it does look better for sure.
Yes.
However, when we are busy and there's a certain bottle that like it's being used a lot, we'll throw one on there. It's not like this is the law, you can't have it on there. If something's
Yeah.
being used, we'll throw it on there so that way we can just
Right.
like that. And at the end of the night, take it off and
Yeah.
boom.
I've
There's
never
certain
seen
bottles.
a customer walk out because they're like, oh, they got pour
They got
spouts.
pour
in their
spots.
back
Oh
bar.
fuck
I'm out
this place.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
Let's go
get
to
the
a real
fuck outta
bar.
here. Let's go to
Go to a real bar.
where they don't use pour spouts. And I think
fucking amateurs. You need training wheels for your bottles.
yeah, and there's
what the
nothing
fuck?
wrong with pour spots. You guys nailed it on the head perfectly. And I feel like he used the wrong words here. I don't think he meant to say efficient. I think he was more alluding to accuracy, because if you're free pouring, yeah, for sure, like your cocktails are going to come out
Yes.
differently.
Yeah.
But if you're using the pour spout with the jigger, you're going to get a more accurate drink.
Right.
Like it's everything you guys said. So I don't think it's about efficiency. I think he meant to say accurate. But even then, you're still going to
You're still
spill.
gonna
You're
lose
gonna
it.
You're still going to
spill.
spill.
lose
You
it.
may not get to the exact 1.5 ounces because it's just below the top of it, which is 2 ounces or however, whatever jigger you're using, or 3/4. So it's, yeah, there's nothing efficient about that practice. It's just,
The time in my concentration on trying to hit that mark on the jigger, or let's say I'm just pouring a bunch of shots, so like I think I've kind of like got my idea or my eye on what like a shot will be, it's still that concentration and that time when like
Yeah.
it's just going to
There's so much going on.
It-
You
this
let
is-
someone bump into you while you're trying to do that.
Yeah.
And you've wasted. You don't even know how much, because when it pours out, like at least when you're pouring from a pour spout, and you've been doing this long enough, you have
We're
your
such
count
bar
in your head.
nerds right
Yeah,
now.
sorry. But you have the count in your head of
Right.
like, this is how long it should take.
Yeah,
And if a
six.
pour spout isn't pouring at that velocity,
That's my problem.
I'm swapping out the pour spout.
Yeah.
I need to know how long it should take me to make every single cocktail.
Right.
But I need all of the proper tools. I'm just sick of seeing places skimping on tools. Why is it that so many bartenders and servers have to bring their shit from home?
Yeah.
When these companies can just buy the shit and write it off. You can buy it in bulk. You
Mm-hmm.
can buy it in bulk from Amazon, which is bulk. So
Yeah.
you can double bulk. Go to Costco. Go do something.
Yeah.
But stop telling me you can't afford to give me proper tools or I got to bring them from home. Please
To
stop it.
make you money.
To make you money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have all of the proper tools. Why do we got to bring our own wine keys? Y'all can buy boxes of fucking wine keys,
Yeah.
and it won't cost you shit. I got to buy it, wait for it online.
you get a deal.
Yep,
Yeah.
Buying in
bruh.
bulk.
And then if you buy it on wherever, it could be a bad one. Oh shit, I bought a bad one. You buy the one you want your employees to have.
Yeah.
Hey, you only get this certain amount for this amount of time. If you run out of this much, you got to pay us for another one.
Right.
Cool. That's how you get your money back. Stop being so cheap.
Yeah.
You don't want to invest in your own business, but you want us to be the ones who make the money for you. So we make the money for you. We don't get that level of profit, which you got to run the
Fine.
business. I
Yeah.
get that.
One more thing too, that video was just very tone deaf, or not tone deaf, but out of touch. That's
But
what
he
I got
also
from
might
that.
have, and this is something I thought of as well. Maybe he's just not used to being in front of a fucking camera too. You know what I mean? That be like he
Yeah.
might have had moments where he didn't say the thing he wanted to say, but he's like, "Fuck it, that was my fifth take. I'm not even supposed to be on camera. I'm
Right.
just saying why we do this shit. Let's go."
That
It could have been
too,
as
but-
simple as that.
Even taking that part out, just the practice of that.
Yeah.
That's what is out of touch for me.
Yeah.
Is that, you've been maybe not removed so much, but it seems like, yeah, I don't know how to put it other than that. This seems really out of touch with what a lot of bartenders know or prefer, because how many bars don't use speed pours?
I don't
And
know
then
of
think
any,
about
man.
those places and the culture they built. Because even the restaurant I worked at, which was supposed to be like fine dining, there was speed pours in the rail.
Yeah.
In that video, they didn't have that in the rail. So like, what kind of culture and environment are you trying to build and create? Because even at fucking when I was working at Here and Now, we had speed pours in the well.
Right.
You know, not in the back of the bar. Obviously, for aesthetics, I totally get that part. That makes sense for sure. But what place doesn't even have speed pours in their well? That's crazy
Well,
to me.
I mean, I think you're also touching on a bigger issue, which, before we wrap things up, not that we're wrapping it up right this minute, but to also tie in what we were talking about earlier as far as, club culture dying off, or how we haven't seen that return of the busy season, as we like to call it. Like things are still slow right now for us. And a lot, I feel like a lot of it is because people just get so lost on why you go out to drink in the first place. And that is for the ambiance, for the energy of the room. You hope people are there, but also because of the service. It doesn't matter how good a place is, because I hear this all the time from management about service is why they come back. And it seems like businesses are constantly, especially our industry, finding ways to save money for themselves by making that money off of the talent and personality of their employees. So you can come in and be that boisterous personality, that person who brings everyone in, and then the business is like, well, we don't have to do as much because we're making money already. Then they try to decide, well, how can we cut this out to maximize money? But then when that person stops working there, or in some cases stops giving a fuck, then it declines. And if you're making some of the decisions you're making are really boneheaded decisions and you're affecting the clientele to where people aren't coming in anymore, now I no longer want to work there, or another person doesn't want to work there. Whoever it is that person for you, or those group of people too. Shit, Lucky Strike Phoenix. We talk about that team because it was so well put together, but then they started making all of these decisions that then this person left, then that person left, then that person left. Now the energy was just completely gone. But it's not supposed to be about, I mean, you know, these businesses just want to get their dick sucked. They want you to tell them how good they are, but they don't want to actually be good anymore. Be good. You know, like
Stop using your teeth, damn it.
Yeah, it's all teeth. Ugh. God damn. Talk about shafting us, man. Scraping the sides.
Ouch. Jesus Christ.
Oh, this shit is rough.
Well,
Like,
I was
this
gonna
is
say,
rough
just
right
going
now.
to that is just like, even if like they're like those resources are being kind of taken away because they just want to like kind of, you know, make the most money, or they've been put in a bad situation because, you know, a lot of people called off or whatever, and they don't want to bring other people in. But what happens is they go so far as to like doing little things that are cutting corners that make your job as the person that is bringing people in, or as a person that's giving good service. By the time you get around to, you know, getting in front of the guest, things behind the scenes have just been eating away at you.
Yeah.
That I ain't got the energy to really give what I used to give, or what I gave the first 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? The first 4 hours of the shift, let's go, da da da, good energy, whoop de whoop. And then you get like, let's say to the last 4 or 5 hours, and then they tell you, oh, I know your relief was supposed to be here at 6, but we actually moved them back to 7 because we figured that we could save a little bit of money by having them come in later, and you could work a little bit longer. You're already here. All right. I mentally kind of like had my energy set up to stop at 6.
Yeah.
That extra
That's
hour,
the thing.
I know
Yeah.
it seems like just an extra hour, but if your energy is ran to this point,
Bruh.
and now you need to pull from the depth for an extra hour,
Bruh.
it's
Come on, man.
it's tough. I don't know how to. I know because it sounds like it's just an hour, but it's not.
It sounds like just an hour because the majority of people out there don't ever get put in that situation.
Right.
Oh, it's just an hour. But
Yeah.
the majority of people out there, your clock out time is your clock
Is your clock out time? You're right.
You know,
right.
like you leave when you leave.
Yeah.
And if you have to stay late, it's once in a while.
Right.
For us, that could be almost every shift.
But also like
once a week.
the amount of energy I need to put out.
Right.
Because now we're talking 6 to 7. It's not from like, let's say 12 to 1 when we're past the lunch rush. I may have like 3 tables coming. Between 6 to 7, I'm dealing with the energy of people coming in post happy hour, trying to turn up for their night. And I love that.
And that's post happy hour for your spot.
Yes.
But other spots, happy hour is till 7.
Yes.
So you also might have some people who thought your happy hour was till 7.
And so they
maybe it used to be till 7, but now it's till 6.
Yeah.
But now that's your fault.
That's my fault.
And you're staying late.
Yeah.
So neither one of y'all are happy about
Right.
the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the energy I coming into my last hour,
Oh,
where like
man.
I'm pulling at the dregs of my energy for
Not the dregs.
the dregs.
That's harsh.
Just the bottom of the tea kettle. You know what I mean? And we could do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. But that's kind of what's eating at you by the time that you get to that, and you still got to go out there and, hello, how are you doing? Welcome.
Yeah.
Because like you don't know all this.
Right.
Yeah, I got to give you that same experience, and I do that. But I'm just saying, when you're dealing or you see that person and like you don't know what else they're dealing with, and like you said, management or ownership is just doing these little things behind the scenes trying to save money that are just kind of like yeah, and then you just gotta bite it down and just
Yeah.
like, all right, cool, here we go.
And then you also have your peers who sometimes their decisions lead to management and ownership saying that they have to cut corners because they're losing money in a different area that they didn't expect to lose money in.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about everybody here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't just management and ownership.
Right.
Some of y'all just don't be doing your damn job. And you rely on other people to do it for you. Or it's like, oh, I've never had to do that. Yeah, because you never do it.
Right.
Someone else does it for you.
Yeah.
But it's still a part of your job.
It is a
man.
part of your
Like,
job. Yeah.
Please do your job. Stop making it harder for everyone else to work here. Stop costing us money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because ownership ain't going to take it out on the guests. They're going to take it out on us first. And then make a dumb decision trying to scramble to fix things that then take it out on the guests. And then the guests are going to take it out on us.
Yeah.
But guess who loses twice? Us. You know what I mean?
Getting DP'd.
Dude, bro, service industry is supposed to be a threesome, not a train. I ain't supposed to be getting fucked by both of you. We're supposed to be in this together. Everybody gets a little
Everybody's
bit,
getting some love.
Everybody's supposed to get something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least hard eye contact.
Oh God.
Something. Oh God.
Yeah.
Nothing hurts worse than getting fucked by someone you know and a stranger and you're not enjoying it at all. That's the worst. That is the absolute fucking worst. Like you got ownership and management and your coworkers not helping you out and just leaving you out to dry.
Yeah.
And then you got a shitty fucking guest who just wants to feel special for 5 seconds.
Right.
And they're like, oh, because this is a transaction, I can take it out on you. Like,
Sure,
bro, that's not what
man.
I'm here
I guess.
for. And
Yeah.
then you got to stay an extra hour on top of it.
Yeah.
And they want, like, people that, you know, are new to this show and they wonder, you know, oh, everybody just has podcasts these days. And why the fuck why are these guys talking about it?
Yes.
Well,
Go make
this
one or shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Or just shut the fuck up.
Or you could do that. But it's,
Stay off the internet.
I mean, that's because no one talks about this.
Yeah.
None of you ever hear or see what is happening to keep that business open for you to come in and tip zero. We need to explain to you why we look the way we look.
Yeah,
when we do
it's
that.
not just because it's not about the tip. Like it's cool. I mean,
It is about the tip.
it is about the tip,
Yeah.
but it's not about your cash, like or your the extra. It's just like what the message. It's not about the money. It's about the message you're sending us on top of all of the things that are going on behind the scenes. And so it's just like, all right, cool. Like,
remember this. You know, the tip is you letting us know how much you appreciated the service and letting us know that we gave value to your experience.
Yeah.
And you're trying to reciprocate that to us. You know, like if we don't feel like that's being reciprocated, if we don't feel like we're being valued, why would we keep giving out that energy and not at least getting, because the money is the least that you could give us for us to deal with the rest of this shit, to come back with a smile on our face and take care of you and everyone else the next time.
right.
Don't you want us to continue being there? Because guess what? If you don't tip me or my coworkers and we quit and the place runs into the ground, now you don't have a place to go to.
Yeah.
Or the service gets worse. You're like, I hate the service here. Yeah. Because they had to hire someone last minute because you treated the other people like shit.
Yeah.
We got to take care of each other, man. Like we have to. We are all here together. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we don't want to get shafted. We just want the tip.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, it was like
Whatever.
Oh shit. So we're going to the.
oh
yeah.
wow.
I was
All
doing that
right.
to myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
How do y'all
It wasn't a
feel
bad joke.
going into the holiday season?
I want to be hopeful, but I will be honest.
Pessimistic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Pessimistic
mean,
like a motherfucker.
like we're recording this kind of like in the dead period between this previous weekend, which was pre-Halloween, but people were still dressed up.
Yeah.
And then Halloween's on Thursday. So by the time you guys see this, Halloween will be coming up.
Pass.
Halloween
Pass.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's coming up this week. All right,
Right.
cool. But yeah, so I don't know, because I don't know what this weekend's gonna look like. Halloween is Thursday.
Yeah.
So then you got to pay rent Friday. So we're gonna go limping into November as well.
Yeah, I have been noticing that like around like rent due season. I didn't used to notice this, but like when it's around the first, like it gets really quiet, and I'm just like, oh, hello economy. All
Again,
right,
I would like to reiterate what we have spoken about on this show before numerous times. We also said it on the Spin and Spill podcast. Again, shout out to them. But yo, just use your money more wisely.
Yeah.
yeah,
Stop buying bottles.
Buy the house
Stop,
shots.
yeah, stop buying the expensive tequila. If you can't afford Fortaleza, don't buy Fortaleza. Buy the well.
Stretch your money out.
For real.
Yeah.
And, we should actually, I keep saying that we're going to, but we should reach out to a certain company about the supplement that helps you not have a hangover. So you can stop using these excuses of, I don't want to have a hangover, so I got to buy the expensive shit. No. Take the right shit, take care of yourself, drink plenty of water, and then drink the well. Have a great fucking night and tip us that excess.
most of the bars that we work in, and honestly, I think most of the bars in LA don't have shit well.
No.
Yeah.
Like
They
when
don't have that off-brand shit that they had back in the early 2000s.
like
That's not
there's
a thing anymore.
nobody's using plastic bottle.
No.
Like
and if they have a shit well, it's because you're in a shit town. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know where you live. That's
Yeah.
why, and you want the shittiest fucking thing because you're like, yo, I don't want to pay a lot for
Yeah.
it. Give me the cheap ass well. I don't give a fuck. I came here to hang out with all of my fucking friends.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
A lot
Back to
of
that.
bars have Tito's in their well.
Yeah.
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 Almost every bar in LA, that's their well
Yeah.
vodka. Nobody has fucking Vitali sitting in their fucking well.
Oh,
Come
God.
on,
or
man.
Pop Off. You guys
Or
remember?
Pop.
Oh God.
God. Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody has that shit in their well. And if they do,
Get out.
get out.
Or you're in a dive bar and that's the choice
In
you
a
made.
dive bar and
for
Or
the-
just have them have a fucking blast, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
That Vitali
So-
costs you $4 or
Then
$5.
you know it's gonna be cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But that's
better
what I'm
than
saying.
AMF.
Oh God.
And-
But that's what I'm saying. I don't
So-
think anybody's really getting a hangover off of most of the wells here.
No.
But like so that, yeah, but
It's
people
just-
think that, or people
It's just pop culture and shit has molded people's brains.
when people say like, "Oh, I'm drinking, I can only drink dark tonight," and they just will go from
I
reposado
got
to
some dark for
whiskey. From reposado to rum to whiskey.
You can mix. You can mix. As we said before.
I let it linger. I let everybody react to it in real time.
You let it dangle.
I let it dangle. I let it dangle. Good one.
Yeah, you can mix, man. You can mix.
Yeah.
It's
You
a
can
myth.
mix.
It's a myth. It's
Yeah.
a myth.
Just don't go crazy. Now, mixing in one when you have too many Long Islands or AMFs, then you're probably gonna get a hangover. But that's probably more from the sugar,
It is.
which is actually dehydrating your brain, which is why your
Trash.
blood has to go to the other
Sugar
extremities,
wasted.
and so that's why you wake up with a hangover and a
You're
headache.
doing too much.
Yeah,
You're doing too
Just
much.
do enough.
Yeah.
just do enough.
Yeah.
Educate yourself.
Please.
Yeah, or talk to us about it. Ask
Bro, that's what
questions.
we
Yeah, I'm down to have that conversation.
really am.
Yeah.
And if I'm making fun of you, it's part of the joke. Like I'm gonna make fun of myself as well.
Yeah.
And bartenders, please stop making guests feel like assholes.
Yeah.
When they don't know something. I mean,
Peeve.
kind of gauge the room a little bit, read the interaction. You know what I mean? Because it can be intimidating. I get that.
Sure.
But yeah, we all have these fucking phones. Oh, well, mine are recording everything. But we have these phones. You can Google stuff, yes. But don't make them feel like shit. Be
Yeah.
like, all right, let's walk you through it.
Yeah.
Make a nice little joke to kind of break the ice. Make one about yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like make it fun for people. Stop gatekeeping the fun of being in a bar and restaurant because we need people to come back. You know, and people, we need you to come back, but use your money wisely. Stop buying the expensive shit. And then the price goes down. That's what I love about capitalism.
Right.
We are the ones in control. We just don't know it.
Right.
If we stop buying it, the price goes down. If you like Casamigos and you want it to be like
A
make
decent
sense
price,
again,
yeah.
stop buying it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I know they're gonna hate us saying that, but I don't give a fuck. You don't sponsor.
We're not
us,
getting
and
sponsored
You
with
never
them, so,
will.
yeah.
Fuck that. I'm sorry. I'm putting my foot down on that. And we vote on a lot of shit.
George
That
Clooney
one,
calls
yeah,
tomorrow.
I don't give a fuck.
George Clooney calls
I
the
don't
bar.
give a fuck.
He don't even own it no more.
Yeah,
He knows that shit's
exactly.
garbage.
Yeah, he got
But
his
his
money out
stickers
of
are
it.
still on it. So
Hell yeah.
But people forget that a lot of those celebrity tequilas and celebrity spirits, someone else was already making it.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Celebrity
yeah.
found it, threw their name on it, and said, "Well, this is new. With my name, we can bridge that gap."
with
Re-
exceptional,
rebrand.
exquisite taste made from the finest ingredients and blah blah blah
Everyone
blah blah,
said that.
diluted and diluted and
Yeah.
Everyone says it.
additives and coloring. And I saw this really funny tweet that said they'll turn that iPad around on you for a tip over a $8 lemonade. Somebody responded saying it's actually really fun for us coworkers to be loathed so badly, and I resonated with that.
To be what so badly?
Loathed.
Loathe,
Oh.
and I
yeah.
resonated with that because get mad about it. Like, go ahead, get upset. Good,
Dude,
get mad at me. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Did you realize that we don't program the iPad?
Yeah,
I
I just work here, bro.
I think it's awful that we charge $4 for a soda water.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
$4 for a soda water.
Damn, we charge $2 for the soda gun.
No, this is the gun. No, this is the gun soda water. It's about $11 or $12 for bottled
And
soda
no
water.
refills, right? No refills.
You get free
Oh,
refills.
okay.
No,
Well,
it's $4 for gun soda water.
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I'll
Do they order it with a gun? Because that's the only way that makes any
Dog.
sense.
Dog, and people get like people behind the bar like, Rob, why are you so adamant about making sure the garnish gets on there? Because like I don't give out a water without a lemon or a soda water without a lime. I'm just like, bro, I just feel so bad for some of these damn prices. All I can do within my like realm of possibility is make it look pretty for you or give you the garnish or something like
Least
that.
you could do is give me $5.
Charging for carbonation.
Yeah, for
is-
air.
that is wild.
I'm throwing some
That
air
is
in there.
Fucking wild.
I'm injecting
Charging
some air.
for air.
Yeah,
Well, it's got to come from somewhere. It don't cost that much.
$4.
It does not.
Not $4.
You are price gouging, man. You
Yeah.
are price gouging, and you fucking know it.
Yeah.
You.
We only charge $2 for our sodas.
I like my employment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's why it stops. That's why it stopped. That's why it stopped. That's why
But
it
yeah,
stopped.
and people always say that like when I spend extra time on like the garnishes on like our drinks, I'm just like, yo, I'm charging you $25
Yeah.
for this lemon drop. I'm gonna make it look pretty. I'm gonna make sure you, if you want, you can get an IG post out of it. But that's literally the best I can do for
yeah.
you, because this is awful. It's horrible that's the states, but the economy thriving.
Decisions.
And that's all. I didn't want to say the rest. I don't know
Make
if
sure
we
you
get
go
to
out
for
and
that.
vote next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go out
By
and
the
vote.
time, yeah, we should drop this on Monday. Let's
Yes.
drop this on Monday for
Here, here.
Super Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Go out and vote.
Super
Damn it.
I'm not gonna get to. We missed the cutoff. I wanted to.
Yeah,
But we missed the cutoff on that.
yeah, I'm
pissed.
mailing mines. Oh, well,
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to say like and subscribe and as
comment
P
and-
said. Thank you to all of our new listeners.
Yes.
Appreciate you joining us on this
Thank
journey.
you for the returning listeners.
But yeah, but
First
for
time,
the
last time.
returners, everyone who's been here for shit, whether you've been here for 2 episodes or 122 episodes.
Yeah.
We appreciate every single one of you for helping us get here.
damn right.
And we have so many other places that we're gonna take this, and we're excited to finally get the fucking ball rolling on that too.
And
man.
appreciate the people that hate on our in our comment section because you guys do a hell of a job
Yeah.
boosting those videos. So thank
I
you,
appreciate that.
fucking idiots.
I
Keep doing
appreciate
it,
That. Keep hating.
fucking
Oh, I love
jackasses.
it. Your hatred is
You guys are so stupid. Like our responses, we really don't fucking care. We're just trying to engage you and bait you,
are.
and you're
It is,
falling
man.
for it.
Let me
Fucking
tell you, I'm the
idiots.
biggest
we
hater.
we get a lot worse hate in person.
Yeah.
Comment section hate means nothing.
Nah, it's just engagement. So
Yo,
thank you,
I-
jackasses.
actually, before we close, let me tell a story. Hold on, really
okay.
short one. It'll take 2 minutes at max.
I'm gonna lay back down.
So, god damn, boy got a lot of quit in him.
Means like 5 or 6.
Oh, I know.
Nah, it's gonna be 2. But y'all are dragging. Fuck y'all.
We're looking at
My
the
stories
clock.
are what they are.
Now,
Nah, I just want to tell you about a
45.
guy who got fucking 86 twice.
Oh,
in
yeah.
48 hours at my job.
Wait, how?
So I went in on Thursday and I saw this guy walk in, and I had been seeing him at least once a week for the last couple weeks.
Okay.
And every time he comes in, his first drink, he's cool. By his second drink, English is not his first language. So by the time he gets his second drink, it's a lot of like smiling and trying to act like he's your friend because he knows he can't communicate with you
that
as
well.
much.
Yeah.
And he wants your help. And I try to help him, but he eventually gets a little too drunk. And so my bar manager comes over and he's like, yo, I just had to 86 that guy on Tuesday. I'm like, nigga, it's Thursday. How did he get back in here?
Yeah.
You know, he's like, I don't know how he snuck in here. I must not have been watching the door, this and that. And I felt like Money Mike, like, oh, where was your antennas? So I'm like, all right, so now we got to deal with
Now
him
we
because
gotta deal
he's
with
already in
this.
here. He's already spent money. He already thinks we're friends. So eventually the bar manager walks away, and I say eventually in that conversation, like took 2 minutes, like the story was supposed to. And then he walks away. And then as he walks away, the guy leaves the bar, goes up to the front and starts talking to him again. And I can see through the energy because the bar manager told me, he's like, if he does anything, we're kicking him out, period.
Right.
Because I've already 86'd him. He shouldn't even be here. And I was like, all right, cool. So I see their interaction. I was like, why'd you go and fuck it up? You
had a
immediately
good
went
thing.
up to this guy after he said he was about to kick you out.
God.
And now he wants you to leave. And then he pissed off the host. So I was standing up front to do something else.
Right.
Nothing to do with him. And he started walking back in. The host was like, no, get out. Get out. I don't want you in here. And I was like, all right, well, you can't come back
Sorry,
in
brother.
here. He's like, what do you mean I can't come back in here? The second guy within 7 days to tell me that's not how America works. But I know it does. And so I won't let him back in. And he eventually like acts like he's going to walk past me, but I'm standing in the doorway. So he gets to the point where his shoes are inside the venue, but I'm standing.
His body's still on the other side of
so
you.
I was like, I'm going to let you know right now, your shoes are in the venue. I need you to get out of the venue. And then he like acts like he's going to move up a little bit more. And I was like, bro, I'm going to be real with you. If you don't get the fuck out of my face, there's going to be a problem. And I felt bad because you never were supposed to first at a guess.
Right.
But he wasn't in the venue.
And he was 86.
He
so
wasn't in the venue.
Yeah.
And he's 86.
Twice.
He wasn't a
So,
guest. He was an
twice.
intruder.
So now, yes, exactly. So now I can say whatever the fuck I want. But the moment I said, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, he's like, well, why does it got to be like that? You made it like that. You just got in my face. He's like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I was like, nah, fuck you.
Ew.
Now what?
One of those.
Yeah.
He's like, but can't you just tell them? He's like, why won't you let me in? I was like, because they don't want you in here, so you can't come in. Can't you just tell them I'm a good guy? Nigga, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
You're not acting
fucking
like a
know
good guy.
you.
Yeah.
And then he came back an hour later. As I was talking to the bar manager about something else, we see him walk in. We both turned and went, out. Like a fucking, like
a
we're
dog.
talking to a dog. Like,
Right.
out. He was like,
out.
like he came in
Get out of
smiles.
here.
He was like, oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Fucking
Like
throw
he forgot
chocolate at
which
him.
bar it was.
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
It's like,
know what
I
it
thought this
was,
was
man.
Dublin's. Oh shit! This ain't Dublin's. Shit. Fuck.
3 minutes. A little over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like I can get it down.
Boom.
Timer. Cheers to the staff,
Cheers
guys.
to staff.
Cheers to, I think they can hear that. Salute. Cheers to the staff. Beep, 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 beep. It's a ticket printer. Oh, God.
Anxiety.